Oh my god, it's here! Fyre Festival. Fyre Festival. Only the biggest clusterfuck to hit the world since, well, there's been a lot of clusterfucks lately, but most entertaining, but kind of non-threatening one in recent times. I'm sure by now everyone's heard of the Fyre Festival, which was the greatest party to be ever had on some island. And then it burned down in flames, and everybody enjoyed watching that a lot because it seemed to be a whole bunch of rich people and models and Instagram influencers who went to this party and got stuck. So very entertaining. So it's been about a year since it happened? Something? I don't care. Time here. And both Hulu and Netflix have come out with documentaries very curiously at the same time. So when I heard this and I saw there were trailers for these, I got very excited. And I decided I'm going to watch and react and to commentate on these trailers for you. If you didn't know, I am an event planner by trade, kind of. I have a biology degree that I also didn't use, but that's beside the point. I do events for a living, and I have not organized an event of that scale quite yet, but I do have some insight into this world, and I'm very excited to talk about this event because it's a doozy. So with no more delay, let us get into the trailers. Okay, before we start, full disclosure, I've seen these trailers before because I couldn't wait, and Facebook knows my brain, and it threw this in front of my face, and it autoplayed. I'm gonna blame that. So I've already seen this, but it's always fun to add some commentary. Anyway, on with the video.
All these models, like, in the Bahamas. The most insane festival the world has ever seen.
Island getaway turned disaster.
It became very barbaric.
Right now, you're on the fucking laughing stock of everything.
Yes, you are.
Just wait until you see what you're getting yourselves into.
Foreshadowing.
American rapper Ja Rule is in the Bahamas with his business.
Okay, can we make one note right now? Who cares? What's Ja Rule doing? I mean, I loved your music in the 90s, 2000s. When the fuck was this? All the songs with Ashanti, but what are you doing now? Just like go relax. Stop meeting weirdos and trying to start businesses. I don't think it's your thing.
Partner.
Billy McFarlane
is an amazing entrepreneur.
He can convince anyone of pretty much
Yeah,
anything.
okay, he does, like, so everybody says he's like, he was like really trustworthy. I don't know, maybe because I know all the stuff that is like linked to this festival. He looks like a weasel to me. Like, he sounds and looks like he's full of shit. I could be biased.
They just bought an island.
Pablo Escobar's island.
Ooh, schmexy.
We're gonna throw a festival, yeah.
This guy's okay.
Within 48 hours, they sold out. These guys are either...
Oh, yeah, so I did see that orange tile thing, and I think actually pretty smart. You gotta have balls the size of Texas to be okay with doing that. If he had a legitimate product, I think he could have done really well, because it sounds like his previous stuff wasn't so, like, legit either. It's all just about, like, scamming. It all seems like it's just about scamming people who have too much free time and money.
completely full of shit, or they're the smartest guys in the room.
Full of shit, yes.
We were working around the clock, no sleep.
Billy's like, bring more workers.
Sounds
We need
about
more
right.
workers.
Every single day it got more intense.
He just would not take no for an answer, and he just kept pulling money in somehow.
Desperate people do desperate things.
He was lying to investors and making it seem like we were making a ton of money when we weren't. I mean, that's fraud.
Surprise!
We need to get the messaging out now that this is not a luxury music festival.
Oh shit!
Oh my God.
Can I say something like kind of side point to like the freaking out about the tents? If I didn't know those were like FEMA tents and like I wasn't right up against like the actual tent, they don't look that terrible to me. Am I just like really low standards? I don't know. Like they look kind of like geometric and cool. If I didn't know they were like actually like emergency relief tents, you could have tricked me. You could have tricked me into thinking that that was like trying to be cool tent. eco-friendly vegan tent that's built in the shape of like someone's aura. I don't know, maybe just me? No? Okay. Sure. It was a nightmare!
Mattresses all over the place getting soaked.
It was pretty funny that like they just had all the mattresses out. I don't know why like they decided to unload them near the tents. I could just guess they just like ran out of time. Everyone must have been just running around. The truck with the mattresses is coming now. Unload them. Like, oh shit, the alcohol's here now. Like, get the fuck out. And then they just like everyone who's available just shifts tasks immediately. And I'm pretty sure that no one set up like any setup schedule or anything. It's just a free-for-all from what it looks like. Like, I'm surprised they got all these tents up if it was as crazy as it sounded. Also, can we kind of just like,
Alright, it's a free-for-all.
Appreciate how quickly any social order kind of collapses. Everybody for themselves! And you just like grab stuff. Grabbing stuff.
Powerful models built this festival. And then one picture of cheese on toast.
That was pretty bad though.
Festival.
They just couldn't physically fit that many people.
Surprise again!
The event's co-founder is facing up to 20 years in
Oh
prison.
yes. Can we talk about the fact that he's only serving 6? Is anybody else surprised? Like he scammed like hundreds if not thousands of people out of their money. He lied to investors. He's, you know, he's being sued for like $100 million and he gets 6 years in jail. Like, so that's really the lesson, kids, because if you want to do crime, don't aim for anything tiny. Go for the big stuff, because you can do a lot of fucked up shit and you'll get not much done to you. You should get 20 years. That's pretty shit. You can be a complete ass hat. Only get 6 years.
If you had thousands of dollars to go on a trip to see Blink 182, that's on you. That is Darwinism at its finest.
I completely agree with that.
Biggest event in a decade, I promise you.
I'll be there.
See? Dude, I cannot. This guy looks so annoying. He like talks like he's such a squirrel like mouse dude. It's like, I'm gonna promise you me. Like, he's such a bro. I can't. It was so crazy how you can do that, and I don't know what he was even thinking. Was he like going to try to like, how did he think this was gonna end? Like, I don't feel like he planned at all. It doesn't feel like he was completely trying to scam people, because like there was some stuff set up. Like, if you were gonna scam everybody, why even bother setting up any of that stuff, right? So I don't know. Or did like you just put up enough stuff to scam, like to keep it going to the point of people arriving? But like, why even book any of the flights? Like, why get everyone to the point of where you're stuck? Like, it's not even like a good crime. Like, I'm no way like good at crime, but like, it seems like if you're gonna try to stay out of trouble, it would be a bad idea to bring everybody to where you were stuck. No? I'm just the crazy one? Okay, sure. Okay, let's now watch the Hulu one, which was not as good.
About to go to Fyre
Ooh,
Festival.
beautiful influencers.
Could be amazing. Could be a disaster.
Foreshadowing.
Fyre Festival was supposed to be the new Coachella, the new Burning Man.
Exclusivity with access to premier
So far away from everything.
It was going to be an experience bordering on impossible. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen?
Ooh, selling the dream. More foreshadowing. Disaster relief. Oh my god.
There was no music.
They were put into disaster relief tents.
People started to have breakdowns. People started to have panic attacks. No idea what they were doing.
It was also a health concern that there were people literally trapped on an island.
It was a shit show. Just chaos and anarchy.
End of the world.
It's a great time to be a con man in America.
Talking
Whatever
to
it
the
takes, we are all
douchebag.
in, and let's go and make this happen.
Dude, he's so annoying to me. I don't know why anybody work with him. I would be wringing his neck. He's probably bigger than me, but you know.
William McFarland
stupid
created
pose.
Fyre Festival with rapper
Ja Rule again.
You're sitting there saying, like, I have no idea what this
Ja!
guy does, but I'm pretty certain that it's not legitimate.
Billy understood what millennials as a generation want.
So I think that's actually a pretty important skill. So if you are able to kind of figure out what people want before they know they want it, yeah, you can sell them a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, this guy is just full of scams and lies, and he's just like a weirdo about it. I don't know.
What Fyre Festival did prove is that power of influence is real.
These guys figured out a way to optimize social media.
That
almost
orange
weaponized.
tile again.
That's really when it turned to something that became like a significant financial
But he only got 6 years for it.
There are people who help Billy commit fraud so that they can make their money.
Somebody would post a question, the question would immediately get deleted.
People would message me things like,
I like kind of as like a consumer, if you had paid all this money and you're supposed to get flights and food and accommodations, and when you paid your money and you didn't get any information after that, and then you ask a question and then your comments get deleted, your emails don't get answered, do you feel safe going to this trip? Like, how did they even find where their flights were? So it was being communicated to some of them. This sounds like a complete nightmare, which they said. Foreshadowing. Oh no, it's been planted in my brain already.
It's like I sold like everything I own just to go to this fantasy island festival.
Okay, kids. If you sold everything you own to go to a party, I think you kind of deserve it. Meh.
There were never thousands of acts booked, and there were never millions of dollars paid.
He's engaging in criminal acts and wire fraud.
It's not a bad deal though, if it's like thousands of acts and they only paid millions of dollars.
Someone has got to
Pretty
stand
cheap
up
acts,
and
no?
say, this is
Math on that. You're only paying $1,000 an act. That's a pretty fucking good deal. So someone's exaggerating. Yep.
Some people have called you a sociopath. How do you respond to that?
Ooh, cliffhanger. So, I don't know. I'm a little torn on like the fact that they actually included him in it, because like, I don't know if they're kind of just giving him a platform to talk about, like, you know, like kind of like giving him a space to talk about and glorify his crimes and obviously defend himself, which I guess is fair, but he's obviously not defending himself, he's just lying again. So those were the two trailers for the competing documentaries on the Fyre Festival. I don't know, what you guys think? So I've actually seen both documentaries now, and I will say I favor the Netflix one a little bit more. I do think that the whole storytelling was a little bit more rounded out and they had a better focus on kind of the timeline and the structure of what they wanted to say. The Hulu one, it dives a little bit deeper into kind of the past of Billy McFarland and his little scam thing of the Magnesis card, which was just a metal copy of your own card where you were supposed to get privileges and stuff, but those are all fake. Like, he was just like, you would get bookings for stuff and then they would get canceled if he couldn't find like last minute ways into it, and he was just like hemorrhaging money. Anyway, spoiler alert. Spoiler alerts go in the front, doesn't matter. Anyway, in terms of kind of knowing more about all the stuff that went wrong with the festival itself and kind of like having a good story of how all the things kind of built up to the point of disaster, definitely the Netflix one did a better job. This event still blows my mind. I have really no idea what he thought was gonna happen at the end. Like, you know, having that kind of ego and just pushing through to the point where everyone's already on the island. I don't know what he thought was gonna happen. When you promise that much in the vision and what you get, and then what you delivered is just like that big, it's just, you can't. You didn't even have the party to compensate for that, right? Like they use the example of Woodstock is like, people forget about all the other stuff because the music festival itself was so nuts. Like, they had such a good time, none of the other stuff mattered. But this one, you basically just brought everyone to an island and then nothing, there was nothing. It was just nothing. You didn't even have that to distract them. So I think if you had at least used that money to book a few acts at least, and if you didn't think you were like so much the man and overbooked the festival, you probably could have done all right if you booked fewer people and try to have like an actual more intimate event in a place that had some infrastructure. I cannot believe you thought you could, you know, build out a whole festival on a completely empty space in, what did they say it was? They said the whole team had 6 to 8 weeks to put the whole thing together, and the production team wasn't even brought in until 45 days beforehand. I've done emergency quick events, like I've had 9 working days to put together like an 800 person conference, which turned out to be a disaster anyway, but that was in like an actual hotel. Everything was there already. If we had to build the hotel, yeah, that's not happening. That's absolutely insane. No, that's not happening. Reiterating again, I thought Billy McFarland really shouldn't be owner of an actual business. I think if he started maybe a media company, that'd be quite good. Like, he has the kind of balls to, you know, pull off how to get people excited about something, but in terms of actually being able to run an operation, he hasn't even proved he could do that with Magnesis. I don't know how anyone trusted him to do this seemingly impossible project already, and you hand it to someone who's not had any, you know, success anyway, but I guess that's what happens when you lie about your numbers. Just from like a business, like just a math standpoint, when I heard the numbers of what people were paying for their low-end tickets, like the $450 to $1,000 range for a whole weekend, if he had ever considered this actually going through as a repeat event, which he most likely did, because someone was talking about like, you know, this was supposed to be a 5-year event every year, how would you get any costs back if you're charging $1,000 for a whole weekend? That's festival with transport and food and accommodation. How do those numbers work out? Like, that barely, if it's a luxury event, that barely covers like accommodation, like barely the flight. Like it's insane to me. Like how he thought that, you know, he could, I guess if he owned the island and he had all that infrastructure in place, then it would get cheaper every year, but he didn't, and it doesn't sound like he had costed any of the items properly before he shot this freaking video. And like, why announce the date? Should have made the promo video and then get everything together, see what time frame you're looking at, and then find a time to release the trailer. No? Am I just being crazy? I'm not sure what else to say. I mean, good on him. His business is still technically bigger than mine. And he worked with Ja Rule, because Ja Rule. Oh Lord. Anyway, this video is too long already. Those are my thoughts on Fyre Festival. Coming at you from an event planner, biologist. And that's it for today. If you like that video, subscribe to the video. If you like me rambling at your face, then press subscribe. Click the like button on the video. Click subscribe. Okay, bye!